Most runners are not eating the right foods, and it makes a massive difference. These are the marathon nutrition secrets nobody tells you. G'day legends, and welcome back to another episode. In this video, I'm going to break down what I eat in a 50+ mile week leading into the Berlin Marathon. But for you, I'm going to break down the concepts of endurance nutrition. Specifically, I'm going to highlight the 10 foods you must have and the ones that you should avoid. I've been a performance chef for years. I've worked one-on-one with professional athletes. I've been in the media highlighting this, and now in this video, I'm going to share all these secrets right here just for you. So whether you are running a marathon yourself, you have some other performance-based effort you've got coming up, or you just want to learn how you can improve your performance in general, these are tips you do not want to miss out on. Stick around, this video is tasty. All right, so before we actually go into the food itself, I want to highlight how you use it during the course of a race. I'm going to use my trusty piece of equipment right here. All right. During a marathon or a bout of high intensity exercise, or one that requires energy quickly, you want to be using glucose or glycogen as the stored form. Fat, whilst it's amazing, isn't as readily available for your cells. So you want to make sure you're using the most optimal. However, glycogen does deplete, and when that happens, you turn to fat as your fuel source. So as the marathon progresses, you'll see here that your fat, while starting out low, will be more in use towards the latter stages, and your glycogen, which starts higher towards the latter stages, will go lower. This is where fueling before your race and during becomes really important. If you add gels throughout the race at the most optimal times, every 25 to 30 minutes with 25 to 30 grams, you delay the onset or fat oxidation, and you contain more glycogen throughout the course of the race. The main thing to remember is that by fueling correctly, you will delay the onset of fatigue, or at least depletion of glycogen, and the onset of fat, which means you can have more readily available energy much more efficiently. At the end of the day, when you get a long race, you want to have that. And this is why there are foods that you should be having and foods that you should be avoiding during any form of exercise prep. Alright, so these are 10 foods you must buy every single week if you are running or look to improve your nutrition around your performance. Bananas, obviously, number one. There's 9 more, and you definitely want to stick around for this next part. Next up, you have sourdough, but make sure it is white, quicker to digest. Similar, when it comes to your pasta, you want to make sure it is white and not whole wheat. You want to remove the fiber as best as possible, quick to digest. Same for your rice, except you want to make sure it is long grain, not short grain. Then for your sweetener, you have honey or maple syrup, always opt for that. And you can't spell Powerball without oats. Well, you can, but you get my point. You can have peanut butter or other nut butters. It's a great way to balance out your digestion. Also tastes epic. Don't forget those potatoes, fantastic form of starch. And then my favorite afternoon snack is the date. Pairs well with peanut butter, not gonna lie. Now, whilst these are the foods you should always have, there are definitely some surprising ones to avoid. Let's get into it. I'm talking beans, legumes, anything in that family is gonna really irritate your stomach. The same can be said for spices. They're gonna slow down your digestion, not gonna feel good. This one is gonna really shock you. Cruciferous vegetables, cauliflower or broccoli, anything like that, try to minimize that throughout the week. Whilst a lot of these ones to avoid are typically good for you, in general, they're not ideal for when you are preparing for a race. You're eating for your marathon?
No, I'm eating for the muscles, man.
Yeah, high protein.
Yes.
Alright, so this is me making my overnight oats. This is something that I substitute for when I'm really short on time after my quality session. This way I can make sure I get fuel in and still hit my meetings without compromising my fueling strategy. Do not sleep on frozen raspberries. These are affordable and fantastically nutritious. So in this meal, minimal fat, high protein, high carb.
Minimal fat, meaning it doesn't slow down my digestion, so I have this more immediately after. There are times where I add chia seeds, flax seeds, peanut butter, and yogurt to this, even if it's not the power bowl, it's the overnight oat power bowl, but I wouldn't have that meal directly after my workout. I'd probably have a shake beforehand, and that way I get the carbs and protein in, remove the possibility to slow down my digestion by having fat in it. In this case, low fat, high carb, high protein, say it with me, and then you have your next meal, which contains exactly a bit of fat. G'day team, we are in taper mode, which is a very enjoyable process. Today it's 3K easy, 8x400, 3K easy. We're gonna do this on the West Side Highway. I'm gonna effectively not stop moving, so 400 meters at the, I think it's 128 reps, so about a 340 kilometer, and then 200 meter active recovery, but my active recovery is probably gonna be around like a 430 pace. Repeat that 8 times, back in the 3K. This morning I had G1 Sport and then also a Go Bar. So, you know, smash this out, get it done in probably around 50 minutes, back into some work, and then show you what we're doing for after the session. So that 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, when I was in Europe, I pulled my hamstring a little bit. So it's given me kind of like some reservations on how I'm feeling going into Berlin, but over the weekend did a bit of a test, came out pretty fine. I guess at this point of the game, I'm doing it. We'll just see how we feel, and if it comes back during the actual race. Feel fine now. This is a gradual pacing in my 400s. Don't want to accelerate too quickly. And here we go. Let's fall down. We're moving. So it's like less about power for me, more about cadence. So pushing off, or like putting my focus on ticking over quicker more than pushing off harder. 8x400 is done. Got a 3K easy. That felt amazing. Wow, we're gonna call that one a confidence booster. Finish up 8 400 meter reps. I mean, it's a fun session, not gonna lie. It's a very fun session. Big takeaway for me is I didn't feel any load on my legs whatsoever. And that's because I really feel I'm focusing on my cadence. So thinking about how I can improve how many times I hit my feet on the ground per minute versus trying to put more power per strike. And so for me, that is a much more efficient load, I would say, and suggest it for a lot of people too. So yeah, quicker cadence, less load, felt great. Also, a lot has to do with my sleep and of course what I'm eating. So this is where fueling is so essential, and the right foods, but more importantly, meal timing. So now we finished the session, I've got a little cool down, and then I'm going to show you the most important thing to do after a workout. It's not the quantity, it's not even the type of food, it is the meal timing.
Hey, good to see you, bro. How's the hamstring?
It's feeling good, dude. I appreciate that.
Hope you feel better, brother.
Thanks, legend. Like, you guys who watch YouTube and stuff, man, like that's okay. I've had my day. Like, that is, I've done a run. Some legend set a low. Means a lot. And now we just continue to fire up to break this sub-3 hour marathon. workout is finished. So we've come back and within about 30-40 minutes, particularly in these quality sessions, you want to get energy in as quickly as possible. Now energy you want to have in the form of carbohydrates. Fat will slow everything else down, so you want a meal that is high in carb, high in protein. Now usually I opt for a smoothie, but recently I've also been doing something else. Let me show you. This has got everything you need. So other than a smoothie, you can concentrate on high carb, high protein through oats, raspberries, and even just whey protein. The interesting thing about a quality session or a high intensity interval session is effectively your body is doing something called insulin independent glucose uptake. This is without the use or requirement of insulin, you can shovel energy into your muscles. Effectively, your muscles are like, I need energy, so they can get the sugar independent of insulin into the cell. What makes this interesting is the what or the type of food is less important compared to the actual timing of the meal. Because whilst you obviously still want to make sure it's quality food, it's more about the timing than it is about the food itself. So in summation, if you're doing this, get a smoothie into you and then get whole foods within the next hour, and that's the best way to do it. And try to avoid having nut butter, or at least a lot of nut butter in your smoothie if you are doing so, because that will slow down your digestion. This morning I had a Go bar from BPN. I also had my G1M scoop, and then I just had 1 scoop of BPN chocolate fudge protein whey with 1 cup of oats and 1/4 cup of frozen raspberries with 2 teaspoons of honey. Alright team, this may come as a shock to you, but I believe one of the biggest things I see runners struggle with is under-eating. Yes, we need food on a regular basis to perform, particularly if we are super active and we are going for certain goals. Now, why this is important is when you undereat, you pose a lot of risks in your performance, but actually it can also trend down if you're not recovering. So, there's a lot of problems and concerns and questions we have, but that is why the team and I built Alma. Alma is a personalized nutrition companion. It tells you the foods you need to be having, the macros you should be having, the exact numbers, the micronutrients you also need to hit, because that is just as important. And this is all with the intent of helping personalize your nutrition to improve your performance. So whether you're doing a high rocks, a marathon, hitting a certain time, you need to be making sure you're eating the right foods, because that is genuinely half the battle. So Alma is there to be your journey, your personalized nutrition companion. If you're looking to dial it in, want to know what foods to have and where you're falling short, track with Alma today. It is your personalized nutrition companion, and this is what we are building. So it's Tuesday. I don't know when the video is coming out, but it's Tuesday. So every Tuesday we release Legendary, the newsletter. So it's about to go live. So I'm just checking over a couple of things. When I say I'm checking over a couple of things, my punctuation is terrible. I just write and then Amaya goes in and makes sure it's all looking good. So if you haven't subscribed to Legendary, every Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. comes out. Value add. If you watch my YouTube videos, you definitely want to follow this, because the whole thing's around performance-based nutrition and eating, little tips and tricks and what's going on in the space. So yeah, go give that a shout. I'm going to call this one the Italian breakfast sandwich. So you've got 2 slices of sourdough, 3 eggs, about a tablespoon of Parmigiano Reggiano, 3 leaves of radicchio, 1 teaspoon of balsamic vinegar, 1/4 of an avocado, just a regular size, let's say 2 tablespoons of Primal Kitchen mayonnaise. legends, that brings us to the end of the video. And the takeaways I just wish you take from this one, really dedicated to these value points. Number one, meal timing in the world of performance-based eating is probably more important a lot of the time when it comes to the quality of food you're getting. That does not take away the fact that you should still have vital importance on the quality of the food. Just make sure you're always eating in that time around your high quality sessions. Number two, we highlighted the 10 foods you should always be getting when you go to the supermarket as you build in your prep, and the things that you should be definitely avoiding. I also showed you what I'm eating less than 2 weeks out from Berlin, so hopefully you guys have some takeaways there. You can log it all in Alma, get the suggestions of what you need to be doing to improve based on your goals. And so in that saying that, we'll see you in the next video. Right, Mabby? You probably went, oh, you will be in the next video. You can do one before you Berlin. Catch you, team. Appreciate ya. You keep building.